special music teacher. And I'm going to ask you to stand and applaud as Kim is ushered into the auditorium. Mrs. Orzell just learned that she has a special guest here tonight. Her daughter flew in from Washington, D.C., and she did not know she would be here. Tonight, as we honor Kim, there are so many things to honor. Kim, just as an incredible teacher, someone who is passionate about children. Kim began her teaching career teaching music in 1976 on the East Coast in Massachusetts. She knew from the time she was in school that her goal was to be an elementary music teacher. In 1980, she moved to California to get her master's degree. And in 1981, she began working in Alameda schools as a contractor as part of a Kodai pilot program. She was at Earhart School for only 11 hours a week. We're so lucky to have her 40 hours a week. She also taught kindergarten music at Edison and at Earhart during those years. 18 years after she first began teaching music, she began her career as a full-time teacher at Alameda Unified School District. In 1994 was Kim's first year that she worked full-time. She was at Earhart, taught Kodai strategies, and introduced children to the masters in music, Mozart, Bach, Beethoven. In 1995, she added Noon Tunes, which to this day is an incredibly popular program with our children. They sing at lunch, give up their lunch playtime. That first year, she had 150 children that she taught at noon, and then took out into the community to perform. An early administrator said about Kim, "Children that are introduced to the world of music in Kim's class truly become lifelong learners of music." Between 2006 and 2008, Kim focused on integrating music into the core curriculum to build meaning and extensions for our children. When third graders read in their reader about a grandpa sitting on the porch listening to Moonlight Sonata, Kim taught Moonlight Sonata to the children so they understood what was going on in the story. She even taught equivalent fractions to fifth graders using music notes. From 2009 on, musicals became a part of every grade level at Earhart School. Kim aligned the musicals with the classroom curriculum, taught the music and choreography, and together with the classroom teacher, produced the final performance. We learned that children remember content by singing about it. More recently, as we have become an innovative school and written a very specific program, we use that knowledge as a key component of integrating music into math and science and technology to help build memory for extensive content vocabulary. Kim provides teachers with ongoing resources to use in the classroom with math and science. Our science teacher one day explained that it's such a joy to have the children break into song as she begins teaching a concept. Kim had already taught them the basics through music. Kim works closely to support children with the content as they are learning it in the classroom. And tonight, it is truly a joy to honor Kim Orzell. We have two board members who would like to honor you. Kim?
Good evening. My name is Margie Sherritt, and I'm president of the Board of Education. And I have to say that I've been around Alameda a long time. As an educator, I actually was principal here at Alameda High. And so over the past many years, I've been to many retirements or celebrations honoring teachers and administrators and other educators. But I have never, ever experienced anything like this, Kim. This is to these beautiful children and all the generations of children here in Alameda that you have brought the joy of music into their lives. And we thank you. I understand there's quite a contingent here from Lincoln Middle School too. And I thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the work that you do. If you wouldn't mind coming up for a moment and you on a very, it doesn't say it all. That's all I can say. Alameda Unified School District, in grateful appreciation for the many years of service to our children, we honor Earhart teacher Kim Orzell, one of our great dedicated Alameda Unified School District music teachers. So thank you very much.
Our first performance is from our New Tunes, second and third graders this year, singing Life is a Highway. second and third grade Moon Team students. Our next group has some special meaning. These are students who are no longer at Earhart, but have moved on to Lincoln Middle School, but they all started at Earhart School. And we have a special Lincoln Band performance from Earhart alumni. They'll be taking a little bit of time setting up the stage while pianist Armin Phelps plays as they set up.